yes, we have a fiber network, but what we're also trying to do with installing this fiber is right now, we do not have a complete ring. And what that means, okay, if somebody hits a pole for the 3 schools that we got up in our police department and our annex, where all the thing is, okay, if a pole goes out, we go out. In this connectivity, we make a complete loop, which says that somebody's going to have to practice like mad to hit 2 poles simultaneous on 2 different sides of the ring to put us out of commission. We're really, really looking at what is the appropriate backup. I hope that gives you some insight of what you're getting. If you want, we can spend hours. But I'd just like to propose is that in reality it's a $170,000 increase that you're being in when you look at what has now been incorporated. It's a shocker. I agree with you, okay? Okay, it was shocking to me when the first time we did this budget was $2.2 million. But we've gotten an awful lot, and there are some advantages of having this in the data processing center. It's an internal fund. Okay, there's things that can be done for depreciation and things like that that softens the blow when we bring on a lot of new equipment. And that's also been incorporated on why we've been able to do what we've been able to do. Any questions?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Ms. Harper.
Just clarification of a couple of the numbers, George, if that's okay. The fiber, you said $250,000.
Okay, not round numbers, okay?
I understand.
I can give you the exact.
No.
I'd like rounding off.
Not what I'm looking for.
250, yes.
Switches, $300,000.
Yes.
You're assessing the board 5 staff members. Can you attach $1 to that too?
What, the 5 staff members?
Yeah.
You got a total budget of $800,000. That's going to be with well, I know I brought up my old sheeter here. This is so old, okay, that I had to put in indelible ink the numbers because I wore them out.
You said we did transfer $300,000.
You did transfer $300,000
from our board budget this year.
But what's available now and what we're utilizing now is 5 of our staff.
Correct.
So
we're splitting the cost.
So if you look at the $800,000, you're not getting charged for 5. That $800,000 is divided into 2. So you're paying $400,000, okay, is your share of the benefits and staff. The $800,000 is the total cost for salaries and benefits, okay? But the assessment is 50%. And so of your 50% share, you're paying $400,000 and some odd $1,000, okay, for the staff, no matter who you use.
I'm just trying to get to that total in round numbers of the 810,000. So if you're saying 400,000, we're way over that now. And then you mentioned the hardware, our lease responsibility for the hardware. That's basically the 4 components of the 810,000,
Well,
basically.
No, you got $800,000 is for salary and benefits of the staff of 9.
Right.
Okay, you got about $500,000. Okay, is tied up in fiber connection and switches. So that's 1.3 million. The total budget is 1.6. Okay, I can go into other areas. There's additional things going on. So what, of that $1.6 million, half of it is for salary and benefits in round numbers. You're paying $400,000 of that.
I don't know if I'm being dumb. I apologize for that. If we're being assessed $400,000 of the $800,000 staff cost, how do you get to $810,000 as the board's portion?
Well, the $810,000 is taking the total $1.6 million for the data processing center.
Understood, but you tried to break that down for us so we would better understand.
Yeah, of that $800,000 is staffing.
I think what she's saying there is the numbers that you gave us was the staffing costs, which is 800. We're splitting that. That's 400 for the board. The network, or the fiber line was 500,000.
Yeah.
Splitting that in half is 250 to the board.
Yeah.
So that's now 650.
Right.
And then you talked about 300,000 for the switches.
No, the total is $500,000.
Okay, so this
for
300 was
switches
actually in with
and
the
fiber.
fiber. Okay.
And connectivity.
Okay, so that's 300 less there. That's
So it's 650?
That's so 650 right now, and then there's another, the hardware was about 150, I think you said.
There's another 300,000. I'm giving you raw numbers. It's 800 for manpower. There's half a million, okay, tied up in connectivity and switches, which is 1.3 million. The total budget is 1.6. Okay, and that's tied up in software, okay, and there's 90,000, okay, for upgrade for our common platform hardware. Okay, there's Munis, which you use and we use. That's a $70,000 bill.
I really wasn't looking for detail.
But
I was
that's-
trying to understand the
yeah.
810,000 that were being assessed.
So basically, it's 160, which is equipment, switches, the time and attendance, and the other hardware
250 to
components.
400 and 160.
Correct.
Thank you.
Ms. Goldfish,
Is that the 53339?
Yes.
that is technology, yes. Any other questions for the mayor on this? Mary, I do appreciate you coming in and giving us the details on this, and I appreciate you attending our meetings and hearing our discussions.
The other thing that was discussed today with the 4 tech gurus, probably getting more of a gurus of tech than we've had been. We like to set up, okay, is that sometime in April, we have a meeting with the board to show you where we're at and what we're doing. We're committed to you as a customer of knowing where we are and where we're going. And so we'll have something we'll set up for April to let you know where we are. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Ward.
Thank you so much, Mayor.
Ms. Goldfish.
One clarification, so the 900,000 is now 810,657
657.
for a savings of 89,343, is that true?
Okay, Mr. Percy.
Before we completely jump into the budget, we got a Munis report from Mr. Picaro, I think, in our first meeting. It's different than what we're used to seeing as a budget report because it was Munis and not Crystal. I was flipping through it, and on page 7 of that, there are the 3 special education 5810, which is the tuition to other LEAs, 55815, which is magnet school, 55820, which is tuition in non-public schools. All of those accounts are well over 100%. And I know we're used to seeing weird numbers in that, but I thought we corrected that with getting money from the town. So why are those so big this year?
That is correct. The first check comes from the state in March, and the second check comes in late May or June. So you'll see a change by April in those accounts. I will tell you now that has been our discussion, is that we're not going to be covering all of this, and so we're going to be bringing that to the Finance Council committee next
Okay,
month.
because we're 97.7% expended
Right,
in
and
January.
we'll go further in there, but we're only expecting about 900, if we're lucky, to be returned to us. So it's there.
So that's roughly
It is
7
significant.
million?
That is correct. We started with, I say 30, we ended the year with
Or
35
700,000,
students. I'm sorry, we ended the year with 35 students outplaced, and we're now at close to 65 students.
So that is driving the increase in the next year's budget?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Ms. Starr.
I'm not clear about your, I mean, I understood what you told me, Dr. Conway, about the Alliance District funding and what's in the budget. They're shifting of staff and the dollars will follow them, I get that. But there still is not $671,000 reflected in our budget of Alliance
There
funding.
should be no money reflected in our budget for the
It
Alliance
is addressed in
District.
our budget, it's
We
not added
try
to the
to
dollar.
include the names, correct, of the people.
But all of that money isn't reflected in there. All of the Alliance dollars are not shown in the budget.
I'm not sure if the funding was next to one of the behavior coaches.
That's what I was asking
We tried to
for,
do this, I'm sorry, we tried to do this so that for transparency to show that these people are working for us, they're just being paid through another source. And so we tried to do that and put those in there. And we were not as concerned about those numbers because they didn't add up to the total budget, the Alliance budget being separate.
So there won't be a line item
So there,
for dollar amount.
But it is
correct.
included.
But people are included, different coaches, and it might say .2 Alliance or,
But do you reflect their benefits? It doesn't show the benefits in the white pages, and maybe that's the difference that you're not seeing.
the benefits, I think, are paid by, what else? Oh, no, I include benefits. I include, right, and that wouldn't be listed in the benefits line.
In the white
Right.
pages, so I think
That's not in the-
benefits that are not there.
It wouldn't be listed at all.
The Alliance dollars that are listed, those
Just dollars.
staff people, right. I know it's not added into our budget, but we did include it as information. It doesn't total the Alliance dollars that we're receiving, and I'm wondering why there's that difference.
Because we haven't audited yet. We just, in September, we asked Kathy to put these, put the people in here and switch the dollars. And so we have not even gone to that point yet where we're sitting down and saying, okay, this one is this much, and where is this money coming from? Most of these people will be paid out of Alliance, but maybe not all of them in the end.
So for instance, just for discussion, so those coaches that we agreed to, that you told us were going to be paid by Alliance dollars,
Right.
some of that expense may end up in our budget?
This year, absolutely, because the coaches were budgeted in this year's budget.
I'm not talking about this year, I'm talking about
Right.
this proposed budget.
Then in the proposed budget, no.
So none of their expense will be reflected in the board's
It should not be,
expenses?
correct.
Okay.
Mrs. Fisher?
No, I just think, and I might be wrong on this, but I think the reason why those dollars don't add up to $671,000 is because the benefits that those people are getting are not in the white pages in our budget. So what you're seeing is their salary alone, but their benefits are also being paid by the Alliance District.
That is correct.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
So,
When you add up all the things in the white pages that say Alliance Districts,
It
it
doesn't
doesn't come to 671. But I think if you, I don't know the dollar amounts for their benefits, but if you added that for all those
For those
employees,
salaries.
then it would equal to 671.
is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks.
Ms. Goldich?
Dr. Conway, I also asked about the figures for full-day kindergarten. Did you have a chance to look at those?
I'm sorry, I did not recall that question.
From your,
Oh, yes, and it is in there. I did put it in there, and the answer was yes. It was a one-word answer. That's correct.
So what was my question?
Number
once-
18.
Once I give the board
Number
the
18.
budget, it's no longer my budget. And so until the board makes a vote, it doesn't change. So the board did vote to add in funding and then took out one piece of funding. And so as another example, the board took out the 1 hour a day extended day learning for all students. But there's still my original proposal of 3 days a week after school. That's still there when the board takes that out. So that kind of thing is there. So my original proposal was additional kindergarten teachers in the 2 schools. And so Kathy, maybe you'll tell me if I'm wrong.
the full day is page 10 and
Right, on page 11, we added into No, as a matter of fact, they're not in twice because we put those in each particular school, and so they are not in twice.